Hi, I'm Molly, and you're watching the senior interviews. Do, 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 do.
My first show was Mamma Mia, my freshman year.
My first show was technically, I would say, Mamma Mia freshman year.
My first show was A Short in the Wire in 2019, my freshman year.
Okay, my first show here was Shut Up, You Can't Tell Me What to Do, You're Not My Real Dad, my sophomore year.
My first ever show was the Fall Film Festival of 2019.
My first show was Mamma Mia.
My first show was Mr. Mother Poopin' Burns.
Alright, my first show was Mamma Mia.
My first show was 1X, my freshman year.
My first show was Mamma Mia.
My first show was 1X freshman year with Chitin.
The first show I did here was, I believe it was A Short in the Wire.
I would say that the biggest lesson I've learned in this drama department is every single role matters and everyone should be treated with respect.
The most important lesson I've learned is just not to care what other people think, and to do what makes you happy, which is a lot easier said than done.
I think the most important lesson I've learned through my time in IBW theater, as cheesy as it is not giving up. Even if you don't get into shows, even if you feel like you're not doing a good job, there's a community here for you, and just to keep going.
The most important lesson I've learned is that not to get caught up on the way things should be, and accept that the way things are.
Most important lesson I learned is probably to get to know yourself and know who you are and be comfortable being alone, because at the end of the day you'll always have yourself, and also to surround yourself with people who accept you for who you are and you don't feel like you have to change.
The most important lesson that I've learned is to let go of expectations or what you expect something to be.
Definitely that it's okay to make mistakes. I was so nervous to make mistakes when I started out, but as long as you get the mistakes out during dress rehearsals, during all rehearsals, and then for the show, you're good. That's all that matters.
The most important lesson I've learned is to just be who you are and don't try to fake yourself for anyone else, and just kind of be the person that you want to be.
I think just kind of learning how to welcome everyone and make a good community.
I would say the most important lesson I've learned is to just go for it.
The most important lesson I've learned throughout this entire process, I think it's how much your professionalism and how much you devote to the project can really help the final result as well as your own progress through it.
The most important lesson that I've learned is that it's okay to do things that are fun and that you enjoy, even if they don't have some logical, beneficial thing that's going to help you further on in your life.
Probably You Cannot Undo This Action. I had so much fun with that cast, and I loved that play. I loved my character. I played Taylor.
My favorite show, obviously, has to be Shut Up, You Can't Tell Me What to Do, You're Not My Real Dad. This year, the one I directed with Molly. The most incredible time, so much fun. But my favorite show I've acted in, Emergence.
My favorite show was in 2021, the film festival.
My favorite show, I don't know if I can decide because I like them all. Emergence was so special because it was first COVID, but honestly, Mamma Mia has a special place in my heart just because it was my first show here.
Oh, favorite show? I think honestly, Mr. Burns or Gentleman's Guide. Those ones were so fun to work on. They were just incredible.
Is Matt gonna be there? I feel like I really loved Mamma Mia. It was the first show I did, and it was yeah, it was the thing that really got me into acting here at Wilson, at Edward Wells. So, yeah.
My favorite show was definitely Shut Up this year.
My favorite show was Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder.
Okay. I'd say my favorite show was Shut Up this year. It was just super fun to be back from quarantine and finally acting in front of a live audience again with my friends that I haven't seen in like literally 2 years.
Probably my favorite shows were the Shut Ups and then Emergence.
Oh, well, duh. Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Oh, favorite show I think has to be, I loved Gentleman's Guide.
My words of advice would be to be proud of yourself.
Just have fun. It's basic, I know, but it's honestly the best. This place is the best. The people are the best. So just let go. If you've been having a bad day, just like go in, say hi to your friends in the drama room or in the auditorium, and just forget about your day and just have fun, because it'll honestly make high school a million times better.
Nothing good ever comes easy. And this drama program is a really, really good thing. And it can also be really hard. So my word of advice would just be to get through those hard times and to just stick with it.
Do what brings you joy and ignore other people.
As I said before, just allow yourself to be vulnerable and go for it.
Keep working at it, whatever, if there's anything you're struggling with, just keep working at it, put in the time, and it'll work out.
So if I were to give some words of advice, I would probably say to be as involved in this community as your well-being will allow you to be. It's so much more fun when you're able to connect with everyone in everything outside of shows and in shows.
Words of advice, I'd say get involved and don't be afraid to fail or mess up or make mistakes, because you're gonna regret what you didn't do, not what you did do.
Be kind to yourself and be kind to others. And forgive yourself. I made a lot of mistakes in my high school career, and I have not been a great student. I have not shown up to class. I've barely scraped by, and I have learned to forgive myself for that because I was doing the best that I could do at that time. I'm still doing the best I can do, and that's all you can do is your best, and your best is good enough.
I think words of advice, kind of like what I said earlier, is just believing in yourself and believing in your own capabilities and not giving up just because you feel like you failed once or because you feel like you're not good enough. Just trust yourself and trust your gut.
You are not the best, and that is fine. I've spent a lot of my school career pushing myself really hard, and just both in acting and other forms of arts, and also like English and math and other more traditional schooling.
For words of advice, I would say hold on to what you love, and whatever makes you happy and gives you that like warmth in your heart and passion, hold on to that and keep doing it, because theater makes me happy like nothing else ever has. And also stay true to yourself and surround yourself with good people and support your friends as your friends should support you.
I'll be attending Lewis and Clark studying music.
My plans now, I'm planning to go and study theater at Southern Oregon.
I am going to the University of Puget Sound, where I plan on double majoring in biology and English, and then I am considering doing a minor in theater.
My plans is to go to Portland State University and study visual performing arts, so that includes photography and also acting, and then also get a degree in like marketing or business and get involved in the drama department there and hopefully have some fun playing around with film as well, because they have really good film department, and if filmmakers need an actor, I'll be there.
I'm planning to go to the University of Oregon to study. I'm planning to major in psychology and then minor in criminology and theater, just sprinkle theater in there, because I love doing theater, but I'm not sure if it's what I want to do with my career, but I want to keep that option open.
Okay, my plans for next year, I'm going to University of Puget Sound, and I'm going to study psychology, but of course continue doing theater always.
My plans now, I'm planning on going to Portland Community College and studying medicine to hopefully become an EMT. In addition, I plan on taking various art classes, and I'll likely be involved in school plays and various community theater, although I don't think I'll be going professional with my acting work.
My plans is I will be attending Howard University in Washington, D.C. the coming fall. HU, you know!
My plans now are to go full throttle, full, into fashion.
My plans for the future are to go to OSU and study marine biology, and if they have a theater program there, worm my way into that and become their new sound lead, and I will never leave. I'll just live in the sound booth and they can't get rid of me.
I plan to go to U of O to study psychology, and hopefully do some theater in some way.
To go to Colorado State, and I'm gonna major in psychology.
What I will miss most about the company is, first off, the people. Like, everyone here everyone here makes the company what it is. It wouldn't be what it is without all the kind people that are here. I'm literally gonna miss y'all so much. And secondly, I'm just gonna miss the opportunities that I've had here to do new work and try new things. I've tried a lot of new things here, and I'm just gonna miss everybody and feeling like just having this space. I'm gonna miss it.
What I'm gonna miss most about the company is pre-show warm-ups. Just being on the same level as everyone and getting so hype and so just into it, and you get to kind of just let yourself go, and you're just it's so fun. Yeah, I love leading them too. Juniors, watch out. It's so fun. Leading them, so fun.
I will probably miss the time before the show starts, where everyone's just hanging out and eating, doing whatever. I'll probably miss that part of the company the most, just hanging out with everyone and getting to know everyone, and being having this space where everyone who walks in is just instantly your best friend.
I've never had such a sense of community in my life. The people, the work that we do, it's incredible.
Definitely the people and the community.
I'll definitely miss the people the most.
I think I'll miss the community. It's an amazing community, and it'll be sad to be leaving it.
The thing I will miss most about the company is the community. Just all these people are so wonderful, and they're just so great to hang out with, and I'm sad that I won't see most of them.
I think I will miss this community the most out of this company. I feel like in a lot of ways, when you do a big production or a small production in the theater department, you kind of become a family and a community, and you make a lot of really great connections. And so I think I'm gonna miss just that collective togetherness now that we're all kind of dispersing across the entire United States.
Everything. I'll miss Miller, and I'll miss Matt, and I'll miss the rest of the cast and the crew and the costumes, and just this auditorium and the shop and the prop room and the costume room are all so they have so much history in them, and they hold so many memories, not just from myself but from the entirety of this company. The walls are covered in names of graduated theater people, and it's just, I'm really gonna miss that because I think it's such an amazing piece of history, and it's always made me feel at home, and I just love doing shows here.
I mean, what won't I miss about the company? At its core, I think this company would not be what it is without the community it has and without the people who love and care so much for what they do and also for one another. And I think I'm gonna miss just that feeling of going in the drama room or going into the auditorium and knowing you're surrounded by so many people who care about you.
What I'm gonna miss most about this company is the people. I mean, there's been a lot of really enjoyable projects, but at the heart of it has been the community.
Favorite memory? So I loved the hooded chorus stuff that, I love the hooded chorus stuff that we did. It was super fun, super dark, stabbing things, oh boy, we love that.
That's hard. Probably like the last night of Shut Up, the like senior circle. That was good.
My favorite memory was the You Cannot Do This Action cast party.
Favorite memory. Okay, this is a weird one. So, during Mr. Burns' post-electric play, Kyle and I were working crew, and I remember we would reenact what the actors were doing on stage in the final like ultimate scene with the duel and everything backstage without words, and that was really fun.
I don't know if this is a favorite memory. It'll definitely be the memory that I remember the most, which doesn't make any sense. But the memory that I'm gonna say is the last show of Emergence.
My favorite memories in general is just like before a show, all that like giddiness and doing warm-ups and stuff. Like warm-ups is so fun. You're all like pumped up and nervous. You don't know how it's gonna go. So like that's really exciting. And then the moment after where you have like completed it and you've done a good job and you all just have this like collective excitement and you've all experienced like the same thing of doing a really good job with your acting performance. So I say those are like, in all the shows that I've done, those two moments are always my favorite.
Wait, I'm gonna need a second for this one. I don't know. Probably rehearsals for You Cannot Undo This Action. Maxwell, Silver's Boyce, and I would always take off my shoes, not my socks. This is an emergence. I would keep my socks on, and I would always take off my shoes. And I don't know. I got to do like my scenes with one of my best friends, and it was like really intimate with Matt. That's like, you know, it was just the three of us. And there was also this one day where I walked into rehearsal after having a very heated debate in my last class where it was me against a bunch of misogynists and I had no backup. And I walk into rehearsal, it's not even rehearsal, I think it was a show day. And Matt goes, "Hi, Hyacinth," and I go, "Hi." And he's like, "Whoa, what happened?" And then I told him what happened, and like, just Matt always being there, and I don't know. There are just so many good memories, I can't name them all.
My favorite memory is definitely the closing night of this year's Shut Up, when I was working sound and Molly was working lighting, and we were so flustered and we were trying to watch the show and do tech, and we kept missing cues and we kept messing up. But I think that was just like easily the most fun I've ever had here, just feeling so happy to be doing what I was doing.
I think my favorite memory would be the winter play of 2022, Midsummer Night's Dream, where the rap party, it was the first rap party that I ever went to. We went down to Riki Elementary and we had pizza, and me and some of the other casting crew got together and played by far the nuttiest game of Bang yet.
My favorite memory is probably just being in the drama room and like those moments where you're just talking to everybody and laughing, like everybody knows what I'm talking about. And also another good memory I have is the last night of Shut Up when Olivia and I really wanted videos and pictures and we missed a bunch of lighting and sound cues.
My favorite memory is probably the last show of Emergence, because I just think it's so funny that I will say everyone, but I'm not going to, was just like crying, but I'm talking about myself. I was just crying basically the whole show, and I was just such an emotional wreck, and it was like, it's so funny to me because I was just a little crybaby. I just kept crying.
Okay, favorite memory is probably something to do with Shut Up this year. Probably all of it, but especially closing night when we all sat in a circle and we all talked after warm-ups and we all just hung out and talked about, I don't know, everything the last 4 years, and it was majority seniors, so that whole group was amazing, and probably being with them is my favorite memory from all of theater ever.
You are an incredible teacher and an incredible human, and this program would not be what it was if there wasn't someone so caring and empathetic and understanding in its core. Your students appreciate you, I appreciate you, we all love you, and we're so happy to have been able to work with you.
I'm gonna miss you. I really appreciate the 2 years that you taught me on person and the 1 year that you taught online. That really helped me get through the year of online school, having something to look forward to in the second half of the school year. And I know that you've mentioned this, but teaching acting was really hard for you, especially since just how personal of an art style acting is and how it doesn't really work online. But I just want to say that you did a fantastic job teaching despite the bad conditions.
To Miller, I want to say thank you for always pushing people and me to audition for the shows because they've been some of the best experiences, and for just being the teacher and teaching so we can have a program and keeping this program alive and believing in everyone as an actor and believing in me always.
What I want to say to Miller is probably that I really appreciate the space that you give people to just vibe. Like the drama room was really a safe haven. Not safe haven, I don't like that word, but like a safe space so I could like get through the day, and I really appreciate it.
Oh my god, Jay Millie, I want to say thank you for one, letting me use a sound cable as a cord for graduation. Thank you for putting up with my, pardon my French, all my shit. It's a lot. Thank you for dealing with me and honestly helping me become the person I am now. I would be so shy and so constantly embarrassed and afraid if it weren't for you and this department, so I really appreciate the fact that you made high school way better than it ever could have been.
You have been such an inspirational person in my life. Such a role model, I wouldn't be where I am without you. I just want to say thank you.
But we appreciate everything that you do for the company and how much work you put in, and it is very noticeable how much you care about all of us.
I don't know who I would be without you.
Thank you. Like, genuinely, it's hard to expand upon that because there's so much, and I think the best way to put it shortly is thank you for everything in this program. It's been amazing.
Thank you.
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 Thank you, Miller.
Thank you.
Thank you.